with COVID at going back to mom, we don't have craft service anymore. We don't have the food out the way that we used to. So now I definitely bring my own food to work.
This is probably going to be a great thing for the health of our entertainment industry.
I'll say, yeah, mom too. There were just huge plates of delicious looking brownies and cookies, and then like macaroni and cheese, which is one of my favorite things. And how can I have to walk by and make the choice not to have it like 20 times in one day? And the 19th, I'm like, you got me. I'm going in. I'm going for a big bowl. That scene didn't go the way I wanted to, whatever. So everyone's going to probably lose weight this season. About that.
I just am fascinated by your career and how diverse everything that you've done has been, from dramatic roles, I, Tonya, playing an intense mom on I, Tonya, and then Juno, we just rewatched, for example, in such a supporting and amazing role as a stepmom, and then your serious mom. But what's it been like for you, this long career diversity?
I feel very fortunate that I didn't get typecast into one kind of role. And I owe that, I think, to growing up and being trained in the theater, where that's just what you did. You played different roles all the time. I went from Noel Coward to Arthur Miller I was trained to be diverse in my acting and be able to tackle different styles of acting. And I'm grateful to the Neighborhood Playhouse and Wynn Handman I studied with, and so many people just learning like a sponge, because I think as an actor, you never really, you keep learning. You never master it completely. I feel like I think anything really, you can't ever master it. You keep learning and growing. And I've been really lucky to get to play very different kinds of roles. I think, now that with I, Tonya, though, I've noticed an uptick in the amount of evil mothers I've been offered. So I have to be careful not to. And that's why, like right after West Wing, I thought, no, I don't want to just play, smart, capable women. This is not saying that what I played on Broadway wasn't a smart, capable woman, but I went to do a musical theater. I went to do 9 to 5. Just something completely different. I always wanted to surprise myself and people who follow my career of what I do, what I'm going to do next. And usually it's something very different than what I've done right before. And that's been fun.
How much of it do you think informs your personal life? Like what you learned from the characters, do you take any lessons that they've learned in like the characters' lives and your own?
I wish more of CJ rubbed off on me than did, but I learned a hell of a lot playing that character in the West Wing, learning about politics. I've never been a very knowledgeable person about concerning politics. I grew up in a household where we didn't really talk about when politics weren't polite conversation. You just didn't talk about it. So that was a whole new world for me to enter in, and I learned quite a lot. And from Martin Sheen too, who rubbed off on all of us with all the how he's such a activist, and he doesn't consider it. He considers it a bad day if he's not being arrested for some cause he believes in. So he taught us all a lot, and I just admire him so much. And so that rubbed off on me. But roles like I, Tonya, I don't take her home with me.
I'm sure everyone's happy.
Just the bird.
Yeah.
Just the bird, exactly.
I find that so fascinating to hear that, you weren't not well-versed, but you didn't talk about politics growing up, because looking at your social media, like it looks like you've grown up with that because you are so eloquent in the way you discuss those topics now.
I wish I were. I thank you for saying that. I feel... I do like to post about things that are important to me, and I just have to not read down the comments because there's so many. I don't know how. I'm very thin-skinned, so I get very upset at some of the things that people say. Like, well, why are you following me if you don't, you don't have to say anything at all? But I think it's important now to use my voice as much as I can to at least get out the vote. I'm very excited about working with Michelle Obama's, when we all vote. We just completed a mini West Wing reunion where we did something so cool. It was like a hybrid of theater and television. And I don't think anyone's ever done what Tommy Shalami has done with this particular. It was supposed to be a reading of Hartsfield's Landing, which was a great, really inspiring episode about voting and what a privilege it is to vote, and how important it is for us to use that right and not take it for granted. And it was magical. I loved seeing everyone again. It was so great. I can't wait for this to air on
HBO Max
on October. Geez, I'm going to get this
October 15th. Oh, we're ready. We know.
15th. Oh,
HBO
you know.
Max,
October
15th.
Oh, look at you doing my job. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
No, but the fact too that you've partnered as well with Michelle Obama with her When We All Vote. I mean, that's exciting. We've met Michelle, and she is electric, and she's such a strong woman and a strong leader for all of us. And I think it's really exciting too. People I know who love West Wing and who have watched West Wing, and they're rewatching West Wing. In fact, my brother Jonathan and Zoe, they're just rewatching it right now again too. And it's so I don't know, fascinating and sad that some of the issues from back when you filmed are still just as prevalent, if not more prevalent now, and how there's still so much we can learn. So this is the combination of you guys and Michelle coming together to help encourage people to vote is such a great thing.
I know. I can't imagine a more important time to exercise your right to vote and make sure we get as many people. When you look at the numbers of how many people didn't vote in the last election, it just makes my knees weak. And this one, everything's at stake. Our democracy's at stake. It would just be nice to return to a leadership that was more ethical and compassionate leadership. These are very unsettling, scary times, and we need to get some new leadership, new empathetic leadership.
Well, I think that's exactly it. I mean, the main thing is we all, everyone who's an American citizen living in this country wants to feel like they are supported and their voice is heard. And I think that it's really been great to see a lot of people such as yourself stepping up to lend your voice to help inspire people. And again, too, when we talk about voting too, I'm not saying whether somebody wants to vote Republican or they want to vote Democratic, whatever it is. I want people to really step back and forget the red and blue and just look at what is actually going to be the values behind who can lead us. And I think that will help make a lot of people make a more educated decision.
I wish people would vote for country over politics is what I wish.